Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 16, I believe now, of A Pound of Flesh. So we left off. Dr. Velky was just returning to the ship to report to you about his conversation with Uka Uka. You guys all were there, oh, except for Chris, I guess, but you saw it if if you were there, saw the video. I will basically DM PC, and Bob can't be here tonight for anybody watching. So I'm going to DMPC Dr. Velky for the meantime and then kind of take him out of the action so I don't have to constantly play his character. So Dr. Velky arrives. I think I said at this point in time, it's about 10 o'clock at night. If you're going by kind of standard time or whatever, if you will, or simulated time as it would be on a station. So he would probably report straight to you, Captain. Come right on up. Actually, where's our ship thing here? Deck plan.
I don't see an overlay. Am I supposed to? How do I normally we see it?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I haven't shown it on the Discord yet. Let me turn that on. Thank you for reminding me. There you go. I'll just put that on there for you guys on Facebook. Yeah? Or
Yeah.
Discord, I mean. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So, yeah, he'll probably come right up. Are you on the bridge, Captain?
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll come up to the bridge to meet up with you. I suppose he probably could have maybe briefed you a bit on the walk as well over the comms.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting that to.
Mm.
We're trying to avoid all that trouble.
So, Uka Uka, anyway, has taken a humanitarian stance. He wants us to help them by smuggling refugees off of the station from Doptown and the Choke. However, he said that he is also capable of arranging a meeting with Imogen. A good faith meeting, of course.
Is there anyone else on the bridge with me? I guess we're all on it, right? This is only about 10.
You guys can all be there if you want. Yeah.
Did you say it was about 10 p.m. or something?
The more of you that are there, the less I have to talk as Bob.
Yeah. So, well, we've kind of decided on the path that we're going to take, right? We're going to try and
well,
go with Reedmar.
And you'd of course see that Dr. Velky has the bindi now from the Solarian Church. He's been initiated into their faith.
Well, I guess that's the first thing that I'd ask about. Does this mean that you'll be leaving us?
For a time, probably. I want to stay on the dream for a while and see what I can experience through this new path. He's into xenoesotericism and all mysticism shit, right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
up his alley. So well, yeah, he plans to stay here with the church on the station for a little while,
Yeah. Well, I guess hope that you find what you're looking for. I'm sure our paths will cross. But you're saying that the High Gardener has a connection with the Hunglungs.
With Imogen Kane, yes. He has connections, or at least contact with her.
Well, one way or another, regardless of which path we're going to take, we want to meet Imogen Kane. So, did Uko give us a way of contacting him? I mean, we just...
Well, I will return to the church. And, well, at least to the dream. And then you can contact me.
Okay, that sounds good.
I will be your contact.
So let's arrange that meeting anyway. When you do get back, say that we'd like to meet. Do you have any other details about the people that he wants us to transport off? I assume this is a smuggling kind of operation, or are these just regular refugees? Did you give any sort of
I was under the impression they would be just refugees, oxygen debtors.
just
Oxygen debtors?
oxygen
Oxygen,
debtors?
you know, yeah. People
Yeah.
from
Okay.
Doptown.
What's the I mean, is that illegal for them to?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
They would be leaving owing debt.
so you'd have to smuggle them from the choke to us.
My first thought, Captain, would be where are we smuggling them to?
Yeah, that's a very good point. 14.
We can't jump with them or they'll all go insane. So you're looking at a long thruster ride somewhere.
What's within range of, like within reasonable range of the dream untrusted?
I'm sorry, say
Plenty
again.
of that.
Like what's
Within thruster range.
within thruster range?
I think there's an L Force station, isn't there?
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
It's quite a bit. Okay.
I
imagine they'd have to go quite far to escape their death, though.
I believe. Well, it might take some time. Yeah, it might take some time to make a long journey, but like an inter-system journey.
And it would have to be someplace that's not in cahoots with this current mob.
But it could be as much as getting them off the station and then rendezvousing with another vessel somewhere that they'd be able to,
Gotcha.
Is that something we want to consider? I mean, do we need to do this as a good faith thing?
Once we do it, if we're caught, we can never come back.
Yep.
Well, I think we run into the problem of being able to leave the station.
Yeah, either way.
We're on lockdown, so
I'm pretty sure
humanitarian type things. But if we're going to do something like that, I think we need to accomplish one of these other tasks first. Either looking towards Exo Svalbard, turning in Reedmar, or getting rid of Yandy. But that's just my 2 cents. I go back to playing my video game.
If we get rid of Yandy, then the oxygen debt could be released because cut the head of the snake off, the snake dies. We wouldn't have to get anybody off station.
That's my thought exactly.
I mean, is it that simple?
I agree. Look, we're being asked to take Reedmar, right? And we're being offered 10 million credits to knock off Yandy. I say, take the snake, cut it off.
But is it that simple? I mean,
what's
the organization?
That's for the muscle to figure out. Sorry.
Does Yandy have a particular place on the station? I'm looking on the map there to see it's covered up. Can you highlight the station?
Oops, wrong thing. What I can do?
I mean, a lot of these organizations, if the head is cut off, then it'll just be replaced by another head. Right?
You mean like as in where Yandy lives? Actually, I don't even think it ever discusses where Yandy lives.
Because here's my thought: is that if she lives somewhere that we could point out, say, "Hey, it's this spot right here," and we were to I don't know, fire the railgun at it, and that section were to be destroyed, that would pretty much remove probably the top 3 or 4 or 5 people in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And establish
I imagine so. Yeah, there's no actually location for where she lives. looking at the map. But I would say wherever she lives in some kind of probably a reinforced compound. You know what I mean? She's a mob leader. You know.
Railgun
Well,
reinforced?
she's got to breathe atmosphere.
Oh, railgun would definitely fuck it up if you got it on target.
Yeah, we'd have to have somebody who could actually shoot it.
You'd have to have a
Well,
very
that shouldn't be a problem
you'd need some
anymore.
very, very precise shooting.
If we did that in combination with letting these other factions know where she is and have it all happen at the same time, they can take care of it. They can do the mop up.
Or we could work something out with that giant warship that's attached to the station, and they could also fire upon station. And
I mean,
suspect
yeah, if
they
you
have
wanted to
more than a
start
railgun.
if you just wanted to start firing on the station, you could certainly do that. There's going to be severe civilian loss of life, probably.
Oh,
Could
Which
you-
Their
fire
debts would be
and,
their debts would be absorbed at that point.
and depending on how many times you shoot before you actually get it on target, you could cause significant damage to the station, possibly even destroying the station if it were to lose its kind of
Yeah, that's not worth it.
orbital maintenance, etc.
How about we get all the military might from that warship to help us lead a revolt takeover?
No, in fairness, I don't think you probably don't even have enough rounds to do that kind of damage. So I would think about it, but
Union.
but isn't the case that if we could find out exactly where she is, then the rebels in the choke and Reedmar supporters we use that information to get done what they need to get done. I think that's where we can help the most.
Indeed.
If they fix the Yandy problem, though, we don't get paid.
Also, I am not certain Yandy's just going to give up her location. My thought would be, let's meet with Imogen Kane and advise her of the plot against her by Yandy and make the following offer. Get them to team up with the Teamsters, lead a counter assault.
She probably already knows about the plot against her, Dr. Velky says.
Oh.
Well, of course.
I kind of mentioned it to the High Gardener.
Oh, excellent. Then this will be even easier. We get them to team up. They start fighting. And
was I not supposed to do that?
I shrug. What's done is done. Our goal here is to sow chaos. Why? Because then what we can do is, in the midst of all this chaos being created by Imogen's Hunglungs and the Teamsters, we can then take Imogen to Yandy as a way of one, fulfilling our contract with Yandy, with the sole intent of just getting Yandy and Imogen in a room at the same time, and that's when we get her.
How about we find somebody in the choke that looks like Imogen and make her look exactly like Imogen and load her up with internal explosives, some sort of biological explosives, and then send her into the meeting and then blow her up.
Attaboy.
One for the many. I'm sure they got somebody that's got a terminal illness that'd be willing to do it.
I would be concerned that Yandy would know, but I'm open to that idea. The point is, we use the chaos to make Yandy desperate. We contact Yandy and say, "Hey, look, we got Imogen Kane. We can put a stop to this. Where do you want us to meet?" Right? Because Yandy wants to make it public. She wants to make it political. She wants to be able to say she's the one in charge. We bring Imogen or a facsimile to Yandy, and as soon as Yandy enters the door, and I pick up my pulse rifle, we open up. We take her down.
Well, she's going to travel with a large number of veteran killers, ones that were the champions of that court.
Well,
They're gonna be all like Mad Dog
that
Killers.
just makes the escape more interesting, right?
I'm gonna pat Dr. Velky on the back and say, "Exactly."
It's
It'll
like
make it fun.
it's like in movie.
Which he would say. That's
He would.
that is
He's always
funny.
talking about the movies. Dr. Velky watches
Yep.
lots of movies.
Very well.
So
So what's the first?
I'll go and set up a meeting with Imogen Kane.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm sure Imogen Kane has some thoughts on this as well.
Let me see again. How long did it take him to get there from here? Dry dock
Sure.
is there, and the farm is there. Oh yeah. So it's 1 square is 15 minutes. Yeah, it's just about 2 hours. Okay. It's kind of funny because I
Use the
think when
teleporter,
you guys
dude.
originally got here, I had cabs taking guys everywhere.
Yeah.
I guess you could take a
But they're
cab.
not working now
Yeah, maybe there's problems getting cabs. It's difficult to get a cab because of all the strikes and everything going on.
because there's mechanical problems with the taxis.
I mean, there's full on like demonstrations on the street. There's gang activity on the streets, as both Exo Svalbard and Dr. Velky experienced last week, I think. So
yeah, that was
not
fun.
that's not last week in the game, but last week for us. So yeah. Okay, well then Dr. Velky will fuck off back to the farm to hang out with his Solarian brethren
I
until
I
Bob
guess
returns for his next cameo.
in the chaos, do you guys think it's possible to maybe carry weapons onto the station?
Might be wise. Do we have any like small arms? Or did they check us?
I would say that the ones that are already initiated into the organization, they would probably be allowed to carry.
I asked you guys when you docked if you stowed away all of your contraband in the lockers provided, and you said yes. So
Yes.
All right.
all of your explosives and laser cutters, etc. Anything that can pierce a hull.
Oh, not small arms, not some.
Tempest Company mercenaries carry grenade launchers, but that's because they're the cops here. you know.
So the pulse rifles are locked away somewhere.
Pulse rifles, as long as you left all the grenades behind. You have a grenade launcher. It's just not loaded, right? As long as you don't have any explosives.
Yes, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Hey man, you guys are kind of pirates, so it's up to you. Just
I have no intention.
remember getting caught with contraband means being sentenced. You're brought to court and probably sentenced. You either fight to the death if you win, or you fight. If you win, you might get to go to the choke, and if you lose, you die or something. But
All right. Well, if our plan is to meet Imogen and then, oh well, we need to cause the chaos first. So I think we can meet Imogen, talk to her, see if we can convince her of this plan, and then we have to get her to talk to Reedmar and his crew. Svalbard, you're kind of the representative, and then we can head back to our ship, get our stuff. Chaos ensues. There's fighting in the streets. Of course, I don't think anyone's going to really be paying attention if a small group of individuals with small arms or larger arms, depending, make their way to find Yandy once we say, hey, look, we got Imogen. So if we're going to go in there now, I don't have a problem going unarmed. Though I am going to take my vibro-shetty and conceal it in the small of my back.
now, remember, maybe you don't remember, when you go down to the choke, you have to have a pass to be able to get back out again, right? The mercenaries
Mhm.
will let anybody in, but you can't get back out without a pass. So how do you have multiple ways you could do this, but how would you like to represent, yourselves basically to the people at the border patrol, if you want to call it that, um,
Is
as
this
far as your
something
pass
that
to go in and come back out? Do you want to get a pass through Yandy, since you're supposed to be going down there to get Imogen Kane anyway, right? Or do you want to get a pass maybe through the church? Say you're doing some kind of, I don't know, you're doing some kind of charity thing. You're supposed to go down and, I don't know, what would they do? Maybe give you some kind of a delivery anyway or something. You know what I mean? Maybe be delivering oxygen or something. Donations. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably makes more sense to go through the church, because if we go through Yandy, then she'll expect us to, maybe try and take Imogen Kane out or something like this. Maybe she'll expect more for it. Whereas going through the church, if Yandy questions it, we're just using our initiative to keep her out of their
Okay.
efforts.
Sure. Okay. Excellent. In that case, then there are what? Is everybody going? What's the plan?
14 staying back on the ship.
By the time Velky will set up your meeting. Oh yes. Velky, so it's like midnight or something by the time he gets back there. Now, for your meeting, I just need to look at something for timelines. Okay, yeah, this is the one. What's that noise?
It's me fucking around with a notebook that I forgot to write anything in for the last 20 minutes. So.
Okay, so how long does it take you down there? Ah. Got it. There it is. Okay. How do you get there, though? That's the question I'm looking for. Oh, that's not the right way anyway. Sorry. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this one. Okay, cool. So, make sure I'm reading this all right. 30 stories down. Okay, got it. So when you you wait for Velky to get back to the church and to call about the meeting, yeah. Well, you can make any preparations over those couple of hours that you need to do, but once he does get a hold of you, he says he's able to make arrange a meeting for you at midday, like 12 o'clock, simulated Earth time or whatever we're going to call it, at a location in the choke known as the Veins. You should expect about an 8-hour walk from the elevator, basically, from the entrance to the choke.
What
So
do we
that's,
know about the veins? Anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Did any of you grow up here? Have any of you spent any extended time? I don't think so.
I just suppose it's easy to connect with that contact we have there.
The guide you had before?
Yeah. If
Here's a
he's
question for you. Did you write his name down in the notes? Do you remember? God, how many sessions ago was that?
sessions ago. That's right.
Here we go. Oh, there are no notes for that. I think that was session 5 or 6. Session 6, wasn't it? Yeah, it was session 6, which has no notes. Oops. So that's my fault. I'm going to say yes, you do have his contact information. However, when you try to make contact with him, you get no reply. However, in Doptown, you remember from being down there, there's like a silent kind of marketplace where there's people offering all kinds of services. And you can get guides there.
Okay.
It's called the auction, but yeah, it's a silent market, basically.
What do you think? We need a guide? Yeah.
So, anyway, he said you can expect an 8-hour walk, right?
Give us a map.
Say again? Hello?
Did they give us a map? Or
Nope.
I'm very surprised they didn't have someone meet us at the elevator. Yes, but this sort of service, you know.
Well, you're gonna file a complaint.
File a
Anyway, if you want to
complaint.
get there on time, you gotta be down at the bottom of that elevator in 4 hours.
Okay.
That's if you don't run into any trouble along the way, theoretically. But yeah, basically.
And we had no luck getting mercenaries or
No.
handy scientists.
Oh, somebody was talking about trying to bring in
Trying to
Teamsters
hire a
who weren't
bunch of
working, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna say though, I don't know. You could probably get some, but they'd probably be like scab types,
Nah, okay.
Because the real Teamsters, they want to fucking support the strike. You know what I mean? And they're busy right now with protests and all kinds of things going on. They're not just sitting at home on their asses,
I'm
But they also
sure.
have to deal. They also have to deal with all the picket breakers or whatever, the picket line breakers, the scabs that are certainly still working with the Novos and the Tempest Company.
Okay. So we have?
Yeah, if you want to
still
get
have
some,
that
you
gunner?
can
Do
definitely
we?
still get some, but they're just they're gonna be scab types,
Well, we still have our gunner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't die along the way, right?
No, he just wasn't here last session. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief Porter's here.
No. The other guy that we hired. Remember?
Oh, yeah. You do still have that guy. You're right. Thanks for reminding me. Let me
Was,
grab my. Where is? Oh, yeah, it's over here. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. My fucking character sheet.
Yeah, we lost all the Marines.
yeah,
but we still have the other gunner.
might as well bring him along, right?
I'm running 2.5 campaigns now. I've got too much shit on my table. All right. Here we go. What's his name? Let's see. He had a Greek name or something odd like that. Let's see here. No, Vasily Thulin. Sorry, he has like more of a Russian name, right? Vasily. Yeah, you still have him. So you have one merc. Do I am going with you? So there'll be 6 of you then.
Yeah. 6 of us, or
5, I think. 14
5
said he was staying behind.
Who?
Yeah.
14
is staying behind, and there's 4 of us plus the
14 is going to stand guard of the ship.
Plus the merc. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to go down armed?
I think so.
I'm going for yes, but no grenades.
Yeah.
Very good. And
the vac suit, I guess, for myself.
Do you want to wear vac suits, or do you just want to use rebreathers and oxygen tanks? Remember we talked about this before. You don't actually need vac suits down there. They have an atmosphere. It's not a very
okay. So yeah, just a rebreather then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just wear a rebreather, but I am going to bring my standard tactical armor.
The handy thing about the rebreather is you can just connect it directly to an oxygen tank. It doesn't have all the protections of a vac suit, but you don't need it because you're not in a zero, atmosphere environment. You're just in a poor oxygen environment.
And
It also won't
I mean,
affect your dexterity or whatever speed
okay.
rolls. You won't have the disadvantage like you would have for wearing a vac suit. Of course, you don't have the
And
protection either.
what does the, I mean, how much oxygen do we need?
How much do you want to bring?
I mean, it's 8 hours,
Oh, that's why I was
8
asking how many
hours
of you are going, by the way.
each.
There's 5 of you going, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're taking 5 brand new oxygen tanks from the Solarian Church. Now, you probably want to cover those up or something. Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's a
Can we cover
valuable
them up?
commodity. Somebody might want to.
Can we make them look distressed and old looking or something?
Or you can get rid of them, like right when you get to Doptown. Get rid of them at the auction.
Wrap them up in bread wrappers so it looks like you just bring in some common food items.
Sure, do that. I'll allow it. But of course, you also want to have your own personal oxygen tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But enough to last, what, an 8-hour walk each way.
And if anybody wants to buy a rebreather, they're 45 credits.
45.
Filters air and allows for underwater breathing up to 20 minutes at a time without resurfacing. But I've decided that you can use the rebreather. You can connect it to an oxygen tank as well, just to when you're in a oxygen poor environment. It makes sense to me. I don't give a fuck. I do what I want.
$45 credits?
Yeah, 45 credits for a rebreather. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. So in order to get down to the choke, you got to travel. Okay. So it's pointing over here. I'm guessing for access, you're here at dry dock. Yeah, it's not too bad. So it's what, 1, 2, 3, about 4. So it'd be about an hour's walk. So yeah, you probably keep that in mind as well to get to where the elevator is down to the choke. So it's Captain Albright, XO Svalbard, Lieutenant Colonel LaRoux, Chief Porter, and the Vasily Thulin, your mercenary gunner. Everybody's got their equipment figured out, ready to go.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Encounters. So immediately, even though, well, no, it is like the middle of the night. Yeah, the streets are pretty eerily quiet for the most part. Occasionally, you see groups here and there, but pretty much any groups are suspicious at this point. You do see patrolling groups of Tempest Company mercenaries as well, trying to keep, making sure people aren't causing any more trouble. There's signs of looting and rioting and stuff all over the place. Maybe not massive signs of it, but you still see signs of it. Places, windows smashed and things of that sort. Whatever those kind of ideas. Right. So roll a d100 for me, Barry.
5.
5. Okay, no big deal. Roll another one, please.
That's an 86.
86. Okay, no problem. Go one more time. Well, 2 more times actually, but yeah, one more now.
32.
Okay. So it's been pretty quiet so far. You've avoided running into any people or anything for the most part. It's pretty quiet. Like it is what, like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So um, you occasionally see the patrolling mercenaries, but they haven't bothered with you guys at all. But you come across one point, you see a guy who you think might be an oxygen beggar. He's kind of like hunched over. He's got like tattered, kind of reddish, more like a magenta kind of robe or whatever pulled up over him. And he's walking towards you, kind of holding out his hand. And he's actually roll D10, please.
7.
He's he's stumbling towards you, kind of mumbling something. You think he might be intoxicated or unwell or something.
Is there anything that makes me think he's not what he seems?
I don't know. Is there? You
I'll,
don't see
I'm
you don't
gonna
see any weapons or anything
Does
on
he
him.
look?
I'm gonna point my gun at him and kind of stop while the rest of us keep moving. The rest of the team keeps moving. I'm gonna stop and just kind of point my gun at him until the group is kind of like safe distance away, and then I'll catch up.
And he kind of stops and like looks up and he kind of pulls the hood back, and you can see he's got some cyber mods. Something on his left eye, some kind of an ocular modification, and it looks like something on his left ear as well. Um, and then he starts to puke. He starts vomiting up this like green vomit and
We'll
goes down on
back
the
away
ground.
from him.
Yeah.
It's very unpleasant.
Keep moving.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep my gun on him
Give me another
until
D100.
like.
He doesn't follow you or anything. He's sick.
Okay.
64.
64. And roll a D10.
8.
You see somebody wearing first thing he's wearing a mask, and you realize he's actually wearing a rebreather, and he's spray painting on a wall on a actually roll D100 again, please.
56.
56. He's spraying across the wall of a palm reader's shop. Take my breath away. And he's just kind of finishing it up as he sees you, and he looks at first to see if you guys are going to be trouble, and then he takes off into the alleyways, if you will.
It's an old Earth song. It's the same name. And Captain Albright looks a little bit wistful.
And you get to the elevator, which leads down. Don't check this. The elevator before or after? I think. Where did I mention? I think it's before this, right? That's the waterfall. Doptown. I know it's like a 30-minute, because you guys took it before. I know there's a 30-minute elevator lift down. Yeah, here it is. It's after the airlock. So first you get to the airlock. Cool. They got this kind of a little weird the way it's all set up. There's a heavily armed gate flanked by 2 cement turret bunkers. And there are currently only 4. It's a small armored trooper detail. They got smart rifles, including frag grenade attachments. They're wearing, body armor and stuff. So they greet you when you arrive, essentially, and check you out, see what you're there for. You tell them you're bringing a donation from the church.
Yeah.
All right.
These are mercenary?
Yeah, these are Tempest
Company,
Company
right.
guys. Yep. You're a mercenary, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not wearing any kind of rank or anything, are you, at the moment? Or
No,
yeah.
making
You
a
were like the
difference.
lowest level, I think, at the last
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. They just check you. You have weapons. Yeah. You said you're all bringing weapons.
Yeah.
You check your weapons. Just make sure you don't have any contraband. Does anybody have a laser cutter or a frag grenade or?
No, I don't.
No? Okay. Cool. Yep. The trick is probably a good idea to go down there with some protection. You got
What's
your
it like?
pass. You got your pass, right? You know you can't get back out without one.
Yeah.
They
we
give
have
you
one.
one. He checks it. Looks at it. All right. Yeah, that's valid. All right, you're good to go. And so they'll let you through. Yeah, you go to the big, massive freight elevator. Like I said, this thing's huge. You could probably fit almost 100 people inside of it. And it starts to go down. It'll take well, you probably have to wait for a few minutes or something because it takes 30 minutes each way, right? So it's on a schedule. But you wait a few minutes and then it opens up.
As they're
Grating
doing their
doors.
travel, 14's going to be looking for the closest safe port if we did end up having a cargo full of refugees where we could take them that wasn't part of the mob circle. Remember, we were talking about where we could transport them safely if we were going to take them.
Gotcha. What are you looking for? Oh, like okay, safe ports outside of the dream. Gotcha.
And then also doing research on the far reaches, or the farthest points that we can get away from everything that would still have like the last supply depot.
Mm-hmm.
As in theory, we could load up with a bunch of really cool stuff, go there, establish some good rapport, and then bounce around the galaxy, and then have a good, safe place to go back to. So he's going to be researching that sort of stuff.
Okay, got it.
Is there a way of trying to figure out whether we can break away from the station as well, if it came to it?
You could certainly try. You'd have to. It would not be easy. You'd
I
have
mean,
to
are we
over.
mechanically?
You'd have to override the security systems of the station. So it takes some serious hacking, or
So it's a software thing, or the mechanical?
some serious mechanical
Railgunning.
engineering. But that might take time, and given the security status of the station, that they're watching everything.
Okay.
There's a lot of
do have a
security on
key
the docks.
We have a key called a railgun.
This is true. You do have a railgun.
Yeah. Okay. Just as the last resort.
Mm-hmm. No, it's all fair. So yeah, immediately anyway, once you got to that heavily armed airlock checkpoint, it's kind of like a culture shock, right? Because at first you're in this like futuristic, sci-fi, futuristic kind of cyberpunky kind of, or almost urban. Of course, it's a city in space, a space station, but environment. And then boom, you're at a military checkpoint basically, and then you're going through this old, kind of almost even rusty-looking airlock. Into this big, massive freight elevator. And then the light's really kind of hard and industrial, and everything's got like a patina of rust and age on it. Looks like this thing is it's older than any of you, for sure. Well, 14's not here, so yeah, it's definitely older than any of you. And it begins slowly grinding its way down for about 30 minutes into the cold, suffocating darkness of Doptown.
No elevator music.
There is no elevator music, although you can provide your own. I'm sure. You got those fancy devices and all that, right?
You take my breath away.
Yeah, sure. Queued up. Yeah. On repeat.
Interesting.
For
Oh,
30
by the way,
minutes.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that too. There was graffiti scrawled on the cement at the checkpoint by the airlock. Somebody had sprayed that same graffiti there. Take my breath away as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Who sings that song? That was that Top Gun that was in or something?
That is from Top Gun.
Yeah, I thought so.
I prefer the "Every Breath You Take" by the Police.
Well,
Oh,
fair enough.
It's not as politically inflammatory, I guess.
But much better music.
Yeah, it's true. I'll be singing that as we're hunting down Yandy.
Once you're down, then finally the doors slowly grate open, and you're released into the darkness. Um, Everything is kind of stifling down here. The air, I assume you guys probably all put on your oxygen masks, but you can take them off. I mean, there is air. It's just really poor oxygen. It's really low. It's hard to breathe, and yeah, it's not enjoyable. So if you do take off your mask, just check it out and experience it. You probably pretty quickly put it back on, I presume. Um, and it's not a very far walk from the freight elevator to where the auction is, which is the kind of silent market. Again, you see more graffiti. You see "Take My Breath Away" again. You see one that says "Yan D's Nuts," and you see one that says "Caliban Lives." You probably see multiples of all of these. The one you see the most is the "Take My Breath Away." You see that all over the place. And a couple of them that say "Yan D's Nuts." Just taking the piss out of Yandy. And then you only see like maybe one that says "Caliban Lives," but it's pretty obvious and blatant. But you're carrying your disguised bread packages or whatever they are. So again, as I said before here, this is where the various people, civilians here of Doptown, they're called Doptownians, offer their services at cutthroat rates to help pay down on their massively accumulating O2 debt. There's anything from assassins to hitmen, there's guides, there's cleaners, there's illicit adult services, whatever you want. You can pretty much get it here, and for cheap, because these people are the most desperate people on the station, probably.
Maybe we should hire a few assassins and a guide. Although you'd assume that the assassin would be able to guide you as well, right?
Only if you're paying them twice.
You want to try to hire an assassin?
Do you have to, can you hire them just as a bodyguard or something? You don't necessarily want
Do
them
you want
to.
to ask him what his rates are?
Yeah, find out what the rates are.
This is, well, where are we going? Hey, whispers, by the way, because you don't talk loud here.
Whispers.
Whispers, where are we going?
But you'd expect them to whisper.
Who's the target?
We don't have a target yet, but we're going to the veins. Do you know where the veins are?
The veins. That's very far. It's very dangerous.
We say that to everybody.
And if you're hiring me as a guide, then I must assume that someone's at the other end. Who is it?
Well, should we?
Or I'll just
Should we
give
tell
you
this
my
time?
give you my maximum fee based on the assumption. It's kind of like when you go to the parking garage and you lose your ticket, right? They just charge you for being there the whole day.
Fuck. He's only here half an hour. 15 euros. Fuck up.
Well, what do you say?
Yeah, what's your maximum fee? Let's.
1,000,000 credits.
1,000,000 credits. So what's your minimum fee? Say it was like just some. Someone unimportant, like.
Well, I have a feeling if it was somebody unimportant, you would tell me who it was.
Yeah, that's true.
1,000,000 credits, that's enough to pay my family's debt. We'll be free.
Do you have some sort of CV or something? I mean, how do I know that you're not like a cleaner or something?
Just pulls out a photo album of all the killers.
Yeah. Who do I know? Who do I know you've killed?
And he looks at you and he looks over and you see him look at a couple of guys who you hadn't noticed across the way from him, that are also seemingly very intently focused on your conversation, watching you guys, although they definitely can't hear you whispering from there. But
Yeah.
And then he looks over at a couple more guys further up the street, and one of them nods at him. He says, I've got references, but we don't have time for that. And I don't know if you noticed, but this isn't exactly a rich man's catalog for murder for hire. Take it or leave it, buddy. It's your choice.
I'll have to
What do you
leave it
want?
for
If you
now.
don't,
Do you have a card or something that I can, take? You're on the short list.
no.
Okay. Well, we know where you are. Anyway, thanks very much for your time.
Right. So you leave the assassin for hire there.
Yeah, find out how much the guides are. I got 1 million credits seem a bit
You're looking
steep
for a
for a
guy.
guide.
Okay, you find again some Doptownian kid. Basically, he's barely
Yeah.
out of his teens, maybe. And you tell him you want to go to the veins. He says, "Oh, that's pretty far." Yeah, okay. I'll take you for 750 credits.
750 credits. That's much more reasonable.
I'm sorry?
We'll even give you an even 1,000. What's your name?
Roll D100. Make one up real quick.
63.
63, and I'm assuming you're going to write this down since you asked. My name's
Yes.
Trantis, sir. Trantis.
Trantis. To meet you, Trantis.
Now, while 14's listening to all this conversation over all the video feeds, is he able to pull up any sort of map, any structural that would you just send it to them and they walk their own way?
Of where they're going?
Yeah.
No. There's no up-to-date maps of the choke. It's been abandoned, quarantined for decades at least, anyway. Probably more than that.
Okay.
What about cross-referencing files of the people that go down there hunting and the people that go down there looking for contraband and bounty hunters and such like that? They don't have a compiled, pretty good map?
They might have one of Doptown. But once you get outside of Doptown, things get really complicated. They could probably go as far as the sludge waterfall, which leads then down into the sink. And they might have a few landmark locations marked in the sink.
Fair enough. It was just a thought.
They may even have an allusion to the veins, but there's no maps of the veins. Let's see. Give me a. You're looking into this covert stuff, so yeah, let's make it a hacking roll.
Hacking it is. Oh, a 0.6.
Okay, it's a success. So yeah. So there are no maps of the veins. The veins are a series of draining pipes, ventilation shafts, and maintenance tunnels, which lead all over the space station. It's a good couple of hours, at least from the edge of the sink to get there, which makes it dangerous itself. So it's pretty far. The sink itself takes about 6 hours to traverse, right? Once you get down to the bottom of the sludge waterfall.
How about this? How about going with structural designs? Because plumbing would remain the same, although there might be areas that are blocked off because of, destruction or, failed areas, but a general idea of west, north, south, that kind of thing. This is the way it was 50 years ago, or this way it was 25 years ago. Maybe updated with some sort of the last time they went down and did any maintenance, that sort of thing. It would be nothing purely accurate, but it would be something of you should go this general direction.
Sure, yeah, you can get a general direction, absolutely.
All right, well, I'll get that information to them as quick as possible.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna say it's
Text or
essentially a couple of hours north from the edge of the sink. And in the sink too, you'll see there's mention of Juno Tower, the metro, the outpost, the sewers, and the digital archives as notable locations that they have kind of pinpointed around the sink. That the sink is essentially the old city. And there's also reference to a mass grave. Mass grave is, if I recall correctly, just a place where, yeah, people often go to die in silence and peace.
14 will hit up the chat rooms and see if there's any sort of oldies but goodies retired folks that might have a few bits of information here and there over this period of time that they're going to be marching. They might be like, make sure you don't turn left at this one junction, or watch out for this because there's a pitfall, or that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not gonna have a lot of stuff like that. So, but yeah, fair enough. You'll be able to provide a basic kind of play-by-play to some extent anyway, kind of guiding them as they make their way across the sink. Although if they're hiring a guide anyway, you're basically just kind of playing Big Brother in a sense, right?
This way they'll be able to compare the notes and say, wait a minute, we're going the wrong direction, that sort of
Oh,
thing.
okay, right. Like if this guy tries to fuck them over. I got you. Sorry. Okay, cool. No problem. So you get your guide. You paid him 1,000 credits. He's very pleased with that. And he begins enthusiastically leading you. He says, "Well, come on, let's go this way. We got to get to the sludge waterfall. It's gonna be a difficult climb. We might need to buy climbing gear there if you didn't bring any with you. Doesn't look like you did.
Yeah.
Do you got
Would we
money?
have
Do you got
would we have
money
known?
do you have money or oxygen?
Offer them the bread.
Yeah, you have 5 fresh oxygen
Loads,
tanks, which are
loads of
basically
oxygen.
like your cover from. You can do with those what you wish. Consider them a gift from the church. Thank you for Dr. Velky. You got 5 oxygen tanks for Dr. Velky. But yeah, so he's going to lead you. Says we got to get to the waterfall. Before you get to the waterfall, you got to get here. You come with me this way. We'll avoid the slums.
Yeah. You lead the way.
And when you go past the lottery, you have deja vu, Captain Albright, because you've been here before. Nobody else has, right? That's in this group now.
No.
Okay. You remember the last time you were here, Captain Albright, the first time you came down here. When you came through here, there were Daptonians gathered all around to pick up discarded O2 tanks that had been scavenged by various teams out in the sink, and that would then distribute them on lottery. And the last time you were here, there was a woman here with a group of Hunglungs, if you will, passing out fresh oxygen tanks that you were pretty sure had been stolen probably from the space station. They didn't look like they were found down in the sink anyway. They look like the ones you're carrying now. Maybe she got them from the church. Either way, you remember she was here, and that was Imogen Kane. You remember the guide telling you at the time. I don't know if you remember that, Barry, but I remember that.
No.
And she's like a legendary hero there for the Daptonians.
Okay.
Any Daptonian would gladly die to protect her, he had told you back then.
Good job we didn't mention that name then to the assembly.
Right?
I was thinking the same thing.
I was wondering, you're gonna take the bait? You're gonna take the bait?
Yeah,
All right.
I was about to give her name.
This time, however,
too.
as you're walking by, of course, the lottery is empty right now. There is nobody there passing out oxygen tanks. It's real quiet, and to the point where you can even hear the sludge waterfall's disgusting sound as you approach it. Probably hear it about the same time that you start to smell it. And that's a good spot for a bio break because we're about an hour in.
Cool.
I like the choke. It's so dark and brooding and atmospheric. It's very different from what's up top, I guess, anyway. Alrighty. Actually, I should make a cup of coffee and then I'll be ready to go. Got to caffeinate, you know? Am I talking to myself? I am, yeah? Okay. It's not the first time. Won't be the last.
I'm here.
I hear you.
Hear ya.
Wasn't sure. It was awfully quiet out there. I reminded myself as I was having my little smoke there that I get so wrapped up in the storytelling sometimes I forget about the mechanics. So you guys will be all pleased to know that I'm sure there'll be some kind of fear checks involved here shortly, since you're now deep in the dark understation with rather poor oxygen. And you only have like 12 hours of oxygen each yourselves, and you have a, what is it, 8 hours each way? So.
All those in favour of keeping the oxygen tanks the church gave us.
No, fair enough. True enough. You do have, so technically you have 24 hours each. That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
If we don't have to barter.
Oh yeah, coffee.
Well, while we've got a minute.
Yeah.
So I leveled up a fortnight ago.
Oh, you leveled up before the session?
Yeah, before the one I missed. And I just thought I'd go over what changed.
Yeah, actually Matt leveled up too. I forgot to mention that on camera because we were talking about that in pregame. So it's Lieutenant Colonel LaRoux and Chief Porter both have leveled up since the last time it was mentioned on camera. Coffee. Okay. So what changed for Porter?
I increased combat by 5, strength by 3. I managed to remove all 12 of my stress. So that was good.
Yeah, good call.
And then I had 4 points available because I'd previously banked 2.
Right. So you had 4 points. Yeah.
So I put 1 into Rimwise.
Cool.
3 into weapon specialization.
Excellent. What's your weapon of specialization? You have to pick a weapon for that.
If it's eligible, it's the railgun.
Yeah, it definitely can be because that attaches to gunnery, doesn't it?
What, the weapon spec?
Yep.
Indeed.
Yep. Makes sense to me. So.
Yes, it does indeed.
Excellent. That's cool. What does that give you? An extra plus 15 now on your railgun
Plus
attack?
20.
Is it plus 20 for mass?
Yeah, it's weapon spec plus 20%.
Oh, they go 10, 15, 20, don't they? I was thinking 5, 10, 15. You're right. Yeah, it's 10, 15, 20. Cool.
So to hit with the railgun is now under a 62.
Awesome.
Woo!
Good. Excellent. And Matt, just I know you put it in the chat, but what were the changes you made again for LaRoux? Is he leveled up?
Plus 5 strength, plus 3 speed. Cleared my stress. I think I had like 5 or 6 points in that. And then with the 2 skill points, I gave myself explosives.
Excellent.
So when we're done with this current adventure story arc, I gotta find me some C4.
Well, it's
Lots of it.
contraband here on the station, but doesn't mean you can't find it.
You have a scientist on board, he can make it.
That's true.
Awesome.
I have chemistry as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of scientists, really, because 14 is basically a scientist in his own right as well now.
Indeed.
Although he is interestingly focused more on like human anatomy and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's spread. I've been. I have any points. I've been putting them into the lower ones, picking up all the little ones along the way.
Hmm.
So currently,
He's got a broad range of
he's
skills.
got biology, first aid, hydroponics, geology, zero-G, scavenging, computers, mechanical repair, mathematics, and rimwise, as well as chemistry.
Nice. Yeah, everybody's picking up on that rimwise skill, huh? After I asked you guys to
Mhm.
roll it like 100 times.
Well, I figured we did enough nefarious shit. It was about time to pick up a level of it.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, so everybody's back. I've got my coffee. I think everybody's back anyway. There we go. You guys are deep down in the dark. Down in the choke. Down in downtown. I actually have a map, but I don't think I want to show it to you. No, I don't want to show it to you. Too many spoilers.
Well, they can look at the map that 14 gave them.
Yeah, of course, yeah. No, I was just thinking for graphical representation, but no. All right. So you reach the sludge waterfall. Where is the waterfall? Mentioned here, right?
14 will mention not to make the same mistake as before and to buy climbing gear.
Sorry, it's over here.
Yeah, for everyone.
So it's a 20-story toxic sludge waterfall. It would be just a strength check to climb down unassisted. There is an old Hunglung here named Otto. He sells scavenged climbing gear for either an oxygen tank per set or 2,000 credits per set.
I'll give him 2,000 credits.
Okay, and he will give you a set of scavenged climbing gear.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay the credits as well.
Sure.
Let me think about this. Here, scavenged climbing gear. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you're gonna probably need to climb back out as well, right? So yeah. Okay, anybody who's buying one can either mark off their extra oxygen tank or 2,000 credits. He's got enough for everybody.
Yeah, I will. I guess I'll pay for one for
For the gunner as well.
gunner as well. Yeah.
Cool. I was gonna ask about that.
Shuddering slightly at the memory
Or
of the last.
he was gonna ask about that. Yeah, you remember the last time you were here, yeah?
Yeah.
You had 10 mercenaries, and by the time you got to the bottom, how many did you have left? 4, 2,
Yeah.
3? I can't remember.
I think 2 and bunch dead, and the rest ran off. So
That's right. Yeah. 3 dead, 2 made it down, and the others fucked off. That's right. Okay, so you all get climbing gear, and you start making the disgusting climb down this toxic sludge waterfall. Everybody roll a percentile, please, for me. Who's climbing? I'll roll for Vasily. Okay. Did you guys roll percentiles?
18.
Okay.
14.
13.
All right. Mark?
All zeros for the first time ever.
Double 0, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. No problem. None of your climbing
I
gear,
get
none of the climbing gear is faulty. You all make it down safely.
Should
like
we
I
have checked that first? Could we have checked that first? Just
I guess I just fall down, do a backflip, and land right on my feet, rolling double zeros.
Nice. You arrive. You're basically at the edge of the old city. Then it's a massive, sunken, abandoned city. There are collapsing buildings anywhere from 10 to 50 stories tall. Lots of raw sewage. Occasionally, you might see something odd crawling about in the darkness in the distance. Um, there's only very dim light through cracks in the ceiling, hundreds of stories above, or 100 stories above, anyway. Um, and your guide
Are
says,
there
"Okay." He says, "It starts to get a little bit dangerous from here, so we have to be careful. Okay."
is there any sign of anyone um, attempting to follow us or like that?
That's a good question. So you're trying to see if anybody's actually following you. What would your role be? What skill are you going to use for that? Convince me.
Got military training,
Mhm.
tactics.
I'll go with
I've
military
got?
training.
Okay.
Using your intellect skill.
So 63 plus 10. And 92, so I failed that.
Okay. No,
No,
you're
no
not being followed.
sign, no
No.
sign of
Roll
anyone.
d10 for me, by the way.
4.
A 4. You guys catch a glimpse of movement nearby. And it's a Doptownian. Looks like, and he's walking away from the old city, past the falls, um, and in the opposite direction from basically where you guys are going to be going. Um, and the guide just kind of looks at you and says, "Ah, he's looking for a quiet place to die, I bet."
I've seen a few of those the last time I was here.
Well, we need to make our way across the old city, so I guess we better get moving. So it's going to take 6 hours, basically. That's going to be 6 encounter checks. Right? Right. Okay. And double check something here. So double check something else here real quick. Make sure I'm reading this right before I fuck something up. Because I don't want to kill you guys all unfairly, you know? If I kill you, I want it to be fair. Okay, cool. Just making sure. All right. So you're going to let the guide kind of lead the way. I presume that's why you hired him. So Barry, you rolled the last one. Mark, go ahead and roll d10 for me. Oh, sorry. Also, before we get on with that, I had forgot to do the whole fear thing for you guys coming down
Oh,
into the choke.
I rolled a 5, but okay.
You rolled a 5. Cool. Good to know. Everybody make a fear save, by the way. So you're oppressed by the darkness and the depression of this place.
15.
Oh,
30.
34, that's a pass.
Did it?
83. I failed.
Lieutenant Colonel LaRoux, you failed. Okay, you gain 8 stress. You're freaking out about this. You don't like this environment too much. It's a lot. It's a lot worse than you were expecting.
I'm used to fighting in open ground and jungles, not this crap.
Did everybody else
Ah.
pass?
Yeah, 35 of 43.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. And you rolled a 5. And where are we now? Technically, we are here. Yes. 5, okay. So as you're marching down, let me see here. You want to roll for my guide, John, since Android 14 is not present, I'll have you roll for my guide here. Give me just a percentile roll. What do we call this? This would be his
72.
check basically or something. 72. Okay, cool. Good to know. Grand. Okay, so the guide's at the front. What's your marching order otherwise? Like you're moving through this wasted old city, so you probably don't want to spread out too much. You know what I mean? You're trying to find safe passage. So there's raw sewage everywhere. There's occasionally even like septic waves that pour through. You see them pour through streets and stuff. So you guys are probably trying to stick together as best you can. I would presume, so as not to get separated.
I guess I'll probably be somewhere close to the guide, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe between a couple of big guns or something.
I was gonna say, Captain, you shouldn't be up in the lead. I'll order Vasily. What's his name? Vasily?
Yeah, Vasily.
So,
Vasily, take point next to the guide,
Okay, so he'll
and
be
then
up
I'll.
with the guide then, with his pulse rifle, right? You guys got a pulse rifle, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
And
And
then
then
behind
I'll
him,
be behind there, I guess. Yeah.
okay, then there's Captain Albright
Silly.
and maybe Lieutenant LaRoux with you.
yeah.
All right, and then that puts Porter and Svalbard at the back.
Sure.
Sound good? That's
I'll
important
put
for
my
me.
knuckle dusters on.
That's important for me, so that I can determine targets. Hey, John, would you roll 2d10 for me and tell me what you get total? Like, combine them, add them up, whatever you call
A
it.
6 and a 1. 7.
Okay. Okay, cool. 7. Now, double check I'm doing this right. Okay, so I'll just roll each of these attacks with a d6 for a randomly determined target, given the order that I now have. So, wouldn't you know, the very first one goes at Captain Albright anyway. Spears rain down on you guys as they're being hurled down from ambush points on the left and right of the, of where they're basically coming from these ruined buildings. I need an armor save for you, Doctor. Captain Doctor.
Captain Doctor. So that's just a straight. Oh, God. No, failed.
You failed? Okay.
Yep.
In that case, then you are hit by the first spear that is thrown for 13 points of damage.
Okay.
There's 6 more coming. The next one comes for you. You can roll your armor save. Oh, by the way, take a point of stress as well as you get hit by that spear.
Okay.
Roll your armor save.
Who's the second target?
Captain again.
I really should have put some points in this armor. No, failed again.
Failed again. Take 8 points of damage. And another point of stress. Third attack goes. Oh, okay. This is for somebody different. Who was up front? Oh, this is going for Vasily. John, you want to roll for Vasily, please? Roll his instinct. That would be 25.
16.
16. Okay, Grant. He does not get hit by that. That's the third spear. Yeah. Fourth spear is going for who was dead last? Svalbard. Svalbard, you need to make an armor save.
Okay, 1 sec. 20.
A
Wow,
20?
good day. I definitely
Uh,
made that.
It's
5.
unfortunate that I had a 25. So you're hit for 7 points of damage.
Wait, you roll a you roll a 25.
Yeah, I rolled a 25 and it was a success. So my number was higher than yours. Better result.
I felt good about my reactions there, but then it
Spear
hit me.
number 5 goes for Lieutenant Colonel LaRoux. LaRoux, give me an armor save, please.
Failed 71.
Okay. Take a point of stress and take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
So that was number 5. There's 2 more. This one is going also for Vasily. John, give me an armor save. Or instinct, whatever.
59.
Okay, he's hit. I'll just mark off a hit because he has a number of hits. Okay, and then the last spear is once again for Svalbard. Go ahead and roll your armor save.
7.
You rolled a 7.
Yep.
Nice. You dodged that one easily.
This is easily my best day.
So this was all. This all happened pretty much in the space of a couple seconds, right? This was an ambush. So these 7 spears, right? And now you can see there. It looks like there's 7 attackers up in the buildings that hurled these spears at you. And they now look to be charging down, like starting to climb down, like they're going to try to now engage you in melee combat now that they've hurled spears at you. And they have more spears, but it doesn't look like they have like tons of spears. It looks like they each have at least one more though. But so that's the end of surprise, since your guide failed to notice the ambush. Now everybody can roll speed.
Oof.
Is that a speed check?
Yep, a
You
speed
need
check.
a roll for the first guy? The mercenary?
No, mercenaries always go last.
Hell, 16.
15.
All right, everybody who
Fine.
passed can go before, as these Hunglungs are kind of climbing down and coming towards you.
Can we pick up those spears?
And you realize that they are Hunglungs because they have like an identifying mark, probably, that they wear to declare their allegiance to Imogen Kane. The guy who was selling you the climbing gear also had the same mark. But so
we want to talk.
I need actions because this is happening in seconds.
I'm basically pushing the captain behind me, and I'm lighting him up with my plasma
Go ahead.
rifle.
Give me an attack roll. I'll roll his saving throw, or whatever. Yeah, save.
Leader.
I'll just double checking this. Okay. All right. I got it by 1, 63.
Okay, you hit. Yep, damage.
Okay.
Wait, how many hit points do these guys have? It doesn't even matter. Might just take them out immediately. How are their hit points listed? Yeah, that just takes them out. Sorry, you take one of them out.
Okay.
You get 2 actions, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
if there's no cover near us, I will use a second action to take out another one.
there's definitely cover around. It's a ruined city, so.
Can I drag the captain with me to cover?
Yes, I'll allow
Or would that be
unless
okay?
unless he's going to resist you, Captain. Do you resist him? Or you just like drag you behind a sign or something, like an old sign?
I'm down, right? This knocked me down, did it?
Did it? You
I don't know.
hit. You were wounded. How many hit points did you have?
No, I still have like 37.
Okay, then you're not down.
Yeah, well, I'll allow myself to manhandle behind some cover because I was going to go for cover anyway.
Okay.
But I'm also grabbing a stim pack and just
jamming it
check myself.
Cool.
Gives me 2. I'll just do the mechanics for that. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Go ahead. And who else passed their speed check to go before the bad guys? Anybody? No.
Yeah, I passed my speed check. Yeah.
Okay, what are you gonna do, Mark, while he's figuring out what his stim pack gives him?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up one of the spears and hit something with it. Throw it.
Pick up one of the spears.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, and throw it. Yeah, good. Go for it. This would be What would it be? Combat roll. You don't have any
Yeah,
proficiency in a weapon or anything for spears or anything, do you?
Oh, 36. I don't know what do I roll? Combat, right?
Yeah, combat. Straight combat.
I missed 33. Okay.
Okay. No problem. And
The health, the stim pack gives me plus 17 health, and for the next 10, is it 10 hours or is it 1
it's
D10?
I think it's a D10.
D10, is it?
Mhm.
For the next 6 hours, I have plus 10 to combat and plus 9 to strength.
That should last pretty much at least until you get to the place you're going anyway. So, all right, cool, good. Just remember your modified stats temporarily for your stim pack. Thank you. Now the bad guys get to go. So you killed one, so there are 6 left.
What about the gunner?
He goes last. The mercenaries go last.
Oh, okay, after the mercenaries. I'm sorry.
Yep. So once again, I'll just randomize targets to be fair, so I'm not picking on anybody directly. The first one goes for Svalbard again, and he charges up to. After you pick up and hurl that spear horribly, he just kind of ducks it easily and smiles, comes at you, and then swings horribly and misses. Another one comes up. They're double teaming you. They don't like your XO for some reason. He comes up and he's going to attack you with his spear. Do you want to roll a armor save, please? Because he's got a.
Yep. An 80. I fail
Okay.
that.
So you're hit. Take a point of stress, and also take. Ooh. Did I read that damage right? Yeah. Okay. 19 points of damage. He stabbed you good. Number 3 is going for the captain. Oh, the captain's behind cover. You know what? I'll give him disadvantage on his attack roll. I rolled the exact same thing both times, which is a miss anyway. So, number 4 is going for Vasily. John, you want to roll an instinct save for Vasily?
95. Oof.
Ooh, Vasily takes a spear right to the throat and goes down. And there's 2 left, right? So this one will be going. Okay, so he gets disadvantage. He misses. So there's 2 of them. They're kind of coming around where you were taking cover. They're coming around the cover now and attacking you with spears, but they're unable to hit you. So there's one attacking the captain, one attacking you as well, LaRoux. And then there's one left. It's wrong dice. There you go. He attempts to also. Oh, sorry, no. He attempts to attack the guide, but misses. Oh yeah, I forgot about the guide. Shit. He's trying to get the fuck out of there. The guide immediately like just cowers. And it's like, no, what are you doing, man? Don't hurt me. I'm not armed. I'm just a guide. I'm just a guide. And Vasily doesn't get a turn because he's dead. So it's the next round.
Not quite.
Oh no, sorry. Who failed? That was
Me.
Porter. So Porter's turn.
Yeah.
Then next round. Sorry.
So I want to target one of the ones attacking XO.
Okay. Yeah, he's got
do
2
I-
on him.
Do I get gunnery?
No. Gunnery is for like mounted gunnery, like ship weaponry and stuff like that.
Okay, would I get military training then?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So 52. Nope, that's a miss.
Okay. You fire a miss, and we go to the top of the order. Everybody roll speed. See who gets to go before the bad guys. Hey, I don't need this mercenary sheet anymore. Goodbye, Vasily.
I failed again.
Okay.
I failed this time.
Yeah, I failed this time as well.
You guys all failed? Mark, did you fail?
No, 39.
Oh, Mark passed.
39.
So
Yeah.
Svalbard, you get to go first. You got 2 of these guys up in your face with spears.
Yeah, can I? Is it possible? What's stim spice do?
Stim spice. Was that a drug or something?
Oh, I got a whole bunch. I got Triumph pills, Stim Spice. Remember, I went on a bit of a kind of drug buying rampage at one point on the. I've got Psycho Rex, Triumph pills, Stim Spice, but Stim Spice, if I remember, cost me a fortune. So I'm just wondering
I remember where that
whether
stuff is. It's
I
in
might
the
store that before I
the
keep fighting.
farm. Stim Spice. Stim Spice. Stim Spice. Stim Spice grants the ability to read a target's mind for 1d10 minutes.
No. Anyways, I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
that's why
took
it's
the
so
second
expensive.
spear that they threw at me, and I'm gonna have a go at one of them.
Okay, melee. Yep, go for it. You don't have any close
That is
border combat or anything, right? So yeah, just roll your combat strength.
no, 16. It's one of those days.
Okay, I'll roll his defense. I rolled a 20. He deflects your spear with his spear. Parries your attack.
Oh, that was my day.
I know. Sorry. Okay, then it's their turn. So now they have targets, so I won't roll randomly for their attacks since they were randomly determined. 2 on Svalbard. The first one, the one that just parried your attack, swings and misses. The other one tries to stab in with his spear and also misses. Um, there is one attacking Captain Albright. Albright, what are you armed with?
Pulse rifle.
Pulse rifle. Okay. LaRoux, you guys all have pulse rifles, right? Except for Svalbard at the moment, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was just here big stuff.
Armed with a pulse rifle, SMG, and a vibrochetti.
Whew. Nice. Okay. Cool. Just checking. All right. So Albright, attack on you. Don't. Ooh. That's a critical failure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you take a free attack. In fact,
Okay.
I'll just let you do damage. Roll damage. Oh, you don't have to roll damage because he only has one hit. He doesn't have any hit points. So yeah, so he comes around, he moves around the cover, so the cover is no longer working to your advantage, right? And he raises the spear up like he's gonna stab you with it, and you just prop, and he drops. Mark off an ammo thing.
Cool.
He's dead. Then there is one also on LaRoux. He's coming around the cover as well, but he can't hit you with that roll anyway. And there's one left. Who was it? Was it Porter? No, Porter didn't have anybody on him, did he?
No, it was on the guide.
Oh, it was on the guide, right? Oh, yeah. He'll turn from the guide now. Now the guide realizes the guide's unarmed and he's just some kid screaming for help. He turns to text Porter instead, and misses. Okay, that's all of them. So it's now Captain, Lieutenant, and Chief.
Is there a penalty or a disadvantage or anything like that for firing in melee?
I don't recall. I don't think so.
All right. Well, then I'm just
I've
going to
been
shoot.
playing so many. I've been playing 3 systems a week lately, so I'm getting kind of confused now. I don't think so. I mean, maybe if there was some reason why it would make sense for there to be so, but at the moment, you know, he brought a spear to a gunfight, right?
Right. Okay, well, I'll open up.
Okay, go for it.
All right, that is a success, 61.
In fact, if anything, there might be a disadvantage for the being so close, but also you'd have an advantage for being so close, so they'd counterbalance each other. Did you hit or miss?
I hit.
With a what?
Pulse rifle.
Oh, no. What was your number? 61?
Oh, 61, yeah.
Okay, so he needs to roll a critical success to not take the damage, and he did not. So you hit him. I rolled a success. I rolled a 24 under 25, but it doesn't beat a 61. That kills him, actually. Yeah, I forgot. He only has one hit, so he's dead.
All right, I will with my next
one more
attack.
attack.
Yeah, I'll shoot the one that's on the captain.
So yeah, this one's right in front of you because you and the captain both went behind cover. So you just blast this guy, and then you just whip around, basically like a 180.
But isn't that guy dead?
Oh yeah, the captain killed that guy, didn't he?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, with his first attack.
That's right, you did.
Yeah.
Oh well, in that case,
so you
I'll
turn to shoot
open
one
up
on the
on.
captain. He's not there. There's what's left. There's one on Albright.
There's 2 on the XO.
Yeah.
No,
that would
2 on
be-
the XO, sorry, and then 1 on Porter.
All right, I'll take him
That's
now.
it. Go for
One
it.
of the ones on the XO.
Yeah.
I missed 73.
73. Okay, cool, no problem. Now there's only 2 of them left now, right? Am I looking at this right? So there's 2
Right.
on Svalbard.
There's
Oh,
two
there's
on.
still 1 on Porter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
I guess I'll try and chew on the other one that's on the XO.
Go for it. Remember to keep track of your ammo.
19. So that's
19. I roll his defense. I rolled a 34, so that's a fail. You hit him, and he dies. There's only 2 left. That's everybody's actions, right?
No, there's still me to go.
Oh,
They don't look
God,
like
sorry,
they're
sorry,
great.
Chris. Every
It's
time.
okay.
Every time.
So I guess I'll try and shoot the one on me.
Yeah. Go for it.
Misses.
Okay.
I'll have another go.
Yep, you can.
A hit with a 40.
Okay. Yeah, I rolled a 33, which if that was a success, he'd have a critical success, but unfortunately that is a fail, so it's a critical fail. You blow him away, leaving only
One.
one on Svalbard.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, he's dead anyway. He's gonna fight to the bone. Everybody roll speed checks, see if anybody gets a chance to kill him before he makes his last attack. I was thinking about having him surrender, but why?
12 so fast.
I failed.
80.
95.
Okay, Albright, you're the only one. You get the chance. Take him out before he
Okay.
makes his last attack at Svalbard.
Yeah.
And a 1.
A
Yes.
1?
Yeah.
And I rolled a 95 on his defense, so he dies. Or his
Thanks,
armor
guys.
save, he dies. So you
Thanks, buddy.
blast him. How many
No
shots was that you
worries.
took now? 3, Albright, or 4, including the bonus one?
That is. Including the bonus one. That's a
Yeah, it
good
still costs
question.
ammo.
It's definitely 3 or 4. I just can't.
Okay.
We'll say 4 and I reload.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll
And they're done. You took care of that Hunglung ambush for sure.
I'm gonna walk over to the to Vasily's body, pull out his clips, and pass them around to the rest of the crew here.
Yeah, how many clips do you have?
And
He
as
had.
I hit,
He never even fired his
I
gun.
think he would have like,
So it's 3 full clips.
yeah, I think he has, yeah. I'm carrying a bunch of clips from the other dead Marines, so I'm just gonna hand these other 3 to whoever wants them. But when I hand one to the captain, I said, Captain, we got to do a better job hiring mercenaries. And then, I will get back in behind the cap.
If I'm right now, there's only 4 of you plus the guide, right?
Yeah.
And you have 6 extra clips of ammo now, basically, that he's passing out. So, who wants 2?
I don't know how many I've got.
Oh, Svalbard, Svalbard, you could take that extra pulse rifle now, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. But also, I've got 43 hit points left out of 70. Or 42. 42. Does Psycho Rex
You
help
can-
on that front, or?
You can take. I can give you a stim pack. If you want.
Rex, no.
Pack. Do?
Psycho Rex
Stimpack.
doesn't help with that at all, but Stimpaks do, yeah.
Stim pack will give you 2d10 health,
Perfect.
and it'll also give you 1d10 hours worth of strength and combat bonus at 2d10 each.
All right. Do you want to roll that?
I'll roll it for
Want
you
me to
for
roll?
the health
Thanks.
side of it. Oh wow, you get 20 hit points back.
Oh, perfect.
Is it 3 rounds per pulse rifle clip?
I think they're 5. If you have military training or firearms. If you don't have either of those, it's a full clip per shot. This is for pulse rifle, yeah? Pulse rifle has 3 shots. You're right. 3 shots per clip. Oh shit. In that case, yours is empty,
Right,
all right.
okay.
So we'll say it was 3.
Yeah, so I'm loading in my last clip.
Okay. Well, like LaRoux just said,
Thanks,
there's
some
3
spares.
3 clips off the dead Marine or the dead mercenary there. Plus, he's got another 3 as well, so you can take a couple at least.
Yeah, that'd be good if there's some floating around.
I'd
Every-
take him.
Thanks, Captain, for the injection. Helped.
You're welcome.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not sure
And
how
what about
many
the other effects
clicks
of
we
the stim
actually.
pack? It's increased by how much for how long? It's
Oh,
D10 hours, 2d10 for D10 hours, is it for the?
yeah, it's 2d10 for combat and strength, for d10 hours.
That's gonna last for 8 hours. So you've got a extra 12 points to your combat, Svalbard, and an extra 12 points to your strength for the next 8 hours. You can just put them in parentheses or something next to the number or whatever. It's a temporary thing.
Who wants to go at me? By the way, I'm keeping one of the spears just because it seems like, I'm probably going to need it.
The guy
Oh,
looks-
you gave me a gun too. I'm going to keep both. I'm going to take a spear and the pulse rifle.
You see the guide, he's a little bit shocked right now, and he's like looking at these dead people, and he's kind of like almost like, I think he's silently praying.
I'll pick the guide up, look him in the eye, and tell him to get a hold of himself. The mission isn't over.
These are these aren't bad people. It must have been for the oxygen. Oh yeah, you got 2 more oxygen tanks now too, right? Because Vasily had one full one plus his other one is only down like what, maybe 2 hours at this point. How long you been here? Yeah, maybe 2 hours. So
Silver linings.
okay. The you begin continuing your way down along the sink. Matt, why don't you roll a d10 for me?
Okay. Got an 8.
Got an 8.
Yep.
Okay. Roll another d10 for me, please.
2.
2. And another d10, please.
9.
9. Excellent. Okay. Let me just see how these work. Okay. Ew. All right. Now, as we're moving along, first of all, the guide's still on point, yeah? And somebody else is up there with him? Oh, that was
I guess it'll
Vasily.
be.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Oh,
I guess it'll be me.
That's LaRoux. You go up there with him, leaving the captain kind of in the middle between you and the guide, and then that leaves Porter and Svalbard behind the captain, yeah? Okay, that works for me. So LaRoux, why don't you go ahead and give me a fear check, please. Fear save.
28. I succeeded.
Succeeded. All right, you hear movement coming from like that pile of rubble over there, right? That like you hear pieces of metal and glass sliding and moving as 9 skittering cyber rat-like things come crawling out of it. These are large rats. These rats are like the size of small house cats, but they come scurrying out of there, moving directly towards Captain Albright. Sorry, Barry, I rolled randomly. And however, because he made his fear save, LaRoux, you can act first anyway. I'm gonna say you get the surprise in a sense. You know, if you want to take an action immediately, you can do so.
I will do so. I will I guess like kind of like push the kid out of the way and then start shooting.
Okay, give me a
So,
combat roll, and I'll roll their instinct if you get a success. No point in
all right,
rolling if
that
you
is a
don't, right?
62. That is a success.
All right. Yep, you hit one of the rats and destroy every way. There's only 8 left. Or let's take one more action. 'Cause I'll say it was a free action just to push the kid.
Okay. And then I
You take a
will
second
take
shot if you
another
want.
shot.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, 92. That's a
Oh,
fail.
okay. That one misses. So the 8 rats continue. Moving towards Captain Albright. Now everybody can make initiative checks. That was like the surprise round, we'll call it. They would make, sorry, what is it? Initiative is it speed? I think it's actually fear save, isn't it? Oh, no, speed. We'll go continue with what I was saying. It might be speed. I've been playing too many damn systems lately. My brain's all scattered now.
I think it is speed because I
Okay,
get
good.
to add my tactics to it. For,
Right.
Oh,
initiative.
can I?
Oh,
Do I
right.
get that tab? Oh shit! Forgot about
Hey man,
And-
you're responsible for managing for remembering what your
Yeah, I
skills
know.
do, not me, buddy.
Fuck, forgot about it.
I forgot all about it too, obviously.
So Porter failed.
How does that
I
work with the
failed.
tactics? Doesn't it mean everybody gets a bonus or something?
40.
Is there any bonus for command either? Or is that just?
It might
one?
be. I can't remember. Anyway, all right. So who passed?
Anyway, yes, I passed. Yeah, 44.
Okay.
people going before
Yeah,
the rats.
I'm a 50, which because I have the plus 12 on my speed, so I made it.
Okay.
Okay.
Who wants to act? You have 8 skittering cyber rat-like things.
Well, I'll try and shoot one.
Oh fuck it!
Roll your attack. Let me know if anybody rolls a hit, then I'll roll their armor saves, because otherwise, no point. I don't think.
Yep, that's a hit, just about. 59.
Just about. Okay, cool. Yep, damage. Don't worry about damage. There's 7 rats remain. Every hit just kills one. These things are small anyway. Well, house cat size.
What happens if you roll? I rolled a 44. Which is
critical success or fail. Critical hit. Okay, I roll for the defense.
I hit more than one. Or?
If I recall correctly, usually it means you do like max damage, something like that. Oh no,
Oh.
different weapons have different effects. That's right.
Okay.
It's based on the weapon. The pulse rifle on a critical hit. Pulse rifle. Double damage on critical hits. Yep. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll let you kill 2. Fuck it. Treat them like a swarm. So
All
now
right.
there's 5 left. Anybody else that won the speed roll?
I did not.
Okay. The rats begin climbing all over Captain Albright. Captain Albright, make a fear save, please.
Well,
No? You failed?
nope. Failed.
Okay, what's your stress at?
Stress is at 2, I think. 2.
Only 2, not too bad. Roll,
Yep.
Roll, what is it? Is it
And
2d10 on the stress, on a panic check? Yeah, 2d10 and add 2. 2d10 plus 2. You're panicking.
I've got 3 resolve as well, right?
Okay, so you can use that to change the effect on the panic roll. Yep.
Okay, so what do you want? 2d10? Is it?
Yep, 2d10.
That's 2 6s, 12.
So you rolled a 12, and then you get to subtract. You have 3 resolve. Goes down to 9. You are anxious. You gain 1 point of stress. That's your panic effect. As these things are crawling all over you, you become anxious. You gain a point of stress. Now for their attacks. I'll just roll them all here. That's a no. Okay, I got 1 hit. You wanna?
Armor? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
7.
7. I have a 9. Got 3. So that's 1 bite. I'll roll the other 3 attacks first. That's a miss. Another one. Roll another armor save.
No, that's a fail.
So you bit twice, and the last one misses. Okay, so you're bit twice. You get 8 points of damage from one and 1 point of damage from the other. So 9 points of damage, and these rats are crawling all over you, which means, guys, you cannot shoot the rats now without also probably shooting Captain Albright. I should say probably, really, because you're trying to shoot a rat that's on somebody. It's not very smart.
Time for the spear.
Time for the vibro shetty.
Good call.
Time for the trank pistol.
Or my knuckle duster.
Yeah, you can attack with the spear. whoever failed their roll, it's their turn now. The monster's gone.
Yep. Okay.
The guide
I'm gonna
again
go.
assumes his cowering position because he's not a fighter. He's not here to fight choke spawn.
Combat. Drug enhanced combat. That is a 47, and I have 33 plus 12 for the drug, so that's a hit.
Okay, damage. Oh, no damage. Sorry, it just kills one. You get 2 actions too.
Right.
Don't forget, so you can take another attack if you want.
I'm gonna keep that skewered on the spear because we're gonna cook it later.
Nice. It's a cyber mutant rat, but that's fine. Go for it. You go for the second one. Mark.
Oh, I get to go after another one?
Yeah, you get 2 actions.
All right. Nope. That's
Okay,
a
that's
78.
fine. But you killed one. There's only 4 remaining. Sorry, what did you say, Chris? I think that was Chris.
Not guilty.
Okay, no, wasn't Chris.
All right. Well, I'll pull out my vibrochetti and start hacking away at him.
Go for it.
I'll try not to miss. Ah, rolled a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, maximum.
I rolled a 6, so he defends. He moves. But because you had a success anyway, you're not going to hit Captain Albright. Don't worry.
I'll take another attack.
Go for it.
8.
An 8. I rolled an 88, which is a critical failure, so you kill another one. There's only 3 rats remaining.
Cool.
Speed test. We're at the top of the order, I think, now.
Nope.
I just looked this up. Those with tactics, add that to their initiative, and they could give the skill bonus to another player. Those with command can give their skill check bonus to crew members. So I'm assuming that's NPCs, but I'm not the
Ooh.
referee.
No, crew members is crew members. Crew members is all of you guys. So he has
Cool.
command, then technically you guys should all be getting plus 15 on those then, right? Or plus 20. Is it plus 20?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, so you should all have plus 20 to your speeds then if Captain Albright is there. You know,
Well, that's
leading you, and he obviously is. He's covered in cyber rats.
Before we get there, can I take my attacks?
Oh, goddamn, Chris! Why is it every fucking time? I thought 2 of you went before the rats, though, for some reason.
I went
No,
before the rock.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm wearing the like advanced battle dress. I get disadvantage on speed checks, so I've failed everything so far.
Gotcha. Okay, your turn, Chris.
So I'm just going to use the butt of the rifle.
Yep, cool. Start trying to whack rats off. Go for it.
Failed.
Okay, not a crit fail, was it?
No, 53.
Okay, go again.
And a straight 30.
That's a hit, right?
That is it.
2 rats remain. Now everybody can make their speed checks. And don't forget you get the plus 20 because Captain Albright has command and is here, present, leading you.
Is the command supersede tactics then, or?
I think so because it's better.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Gotcha.
It's a higher bonus.
It is, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, tax is only plus 15, command is plus 20. They don't stack.
Okay, gotcha. I
I
failed.
passed this one.
Okay.
Yep.
Chris, please go first so I don't forget your turn this initiative this round.
Okay.
It's because he's just so quiet and unassuming.
I just missed with the 43.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still a miss. Yep. Okay.
And definitely missed with an 83.
Oh, okay. Now don't forget too. Your round you only have 3 shots per clip on these things. So.
Oh, I'm using the butt
you're
of the
using
rifle.
you're using the butt of it. Yeah, never mind. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't dare miss.
Did anybody else pass that initiative check basically?
Yeah, I passed it.
Go ahead, Albright.
You
still got 2 on you.
I'm gonna just try and use I think I've got a stun pistol or something. Well, I've got both. Got a stun baton and
Yeah, but you could just like try to grab one and throw it on the ground and stomp on it. Whatever. I mean, since they're crawling on you, I'm fine with that too. You know what I mean? Okay. Your military training will work into that anyway. Do you have close quarters combat?
No, I don't. I'm just using the 40 combat plus the 10 bonus plus military training, so 60.
Okay.
And 24.
Okay. Yep. Cool. So one rat. Was that the last rat? No,
No,
there's
there's
one
two
rat
of them.
remains.
Yeah.
Okay, so you grab one of them, slam it on the ground, stomp on it. The other one is still crawling up all over you. You're gonna need to make another panic check. So what's your current stress?
Current stress
Still 2?
is 3 because I got
3. Oh
one.
yeah, you went up by 1. That's right. So 2d10 plus 3, and then minus 3. So just 2d10 basically, with your resolve.
Okay.
How'd you do? On the wrong page. That's what I'm looking for.
What's that? It's 5.
5.
Yeah.
Major adrenaline rush. You get advantage on all rolls for the next 25 minutes. Cool, huh?
Cool.
The rat's turn. He just tries to bite you. Oh, I got a hit. Roll an armor save. Don't forget, too, guys, every time you fail one of these saves, add a point of stress. If anybody else failed to save recently, I forgot, should take a point of stress each time.
Okay. So what am I doing here? Rolling against the
armor
armor.
save, yep.
But I've got advantage because of the adrenaline rush, right?
Yeah. It says on all rolls for the next 25 minutes. I rolled a 21 was my hit number. No? Okay.
Failed.
So you're going to take 8 points damage. And then who's next? So it'd be either Svalbard or LaRoux.
Yeah, I'll take a swipe at that last one.
And these things have no morale or anything of that sort. They definitely fight to the last. Go for it.
I just stand back and watch.
All right, 11. That's
Critical
it's a
hit.
1-1. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Go ahead and describe how you finish off the last choke spawn mutant rat.
Well, when you do a critical with a vibrachetta, you hack off a limb. So I'm assuming I cut this thing in half.
Nice. Yep. And the last of the rats dies. And the guy says, "Oh." He kind of spits and says, "Choke spawn." So he takes his rebreather off, of course, to spit, and then puts it back on. Fucking choke spawn. They used to be very rare, but they're getting more and more common, it seems.
Very unpleasant.
Anyway, we got
This is
another.
a lot of work to have a meeting.
Would it be too soon to take another stim pack? I suppose it would.
Yeah.
Those things
At least,
are addictive,
well,
right?
I mean, yeah, they're addictive. But you could take another one. He says, "Oh, we're only like 2 hours into the city. We got another 4 hours before we even get to another 4 hours before we get to the tunnels, and then it's another couple hours from there."
You might wait a bit for another bump. Just wait.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'll be okay.
Are you okay, man?
I'm okay.
I got a flask with some whiskey here.
Got to Android 14 doing work on the computer on the ship safely and doing his research and maps and stuff, and then Dr. Velky chilling out in the church in the solarium or something. Yeah. And you guys down here in the choke, dealing with choke spawn rats and hunglung ambushers and.
This is some sort of test. It must be.
If we're only a third of the way across the city, we still got a ways to go, and then you got to deal with the tunnels. And I really hope this person's meeting you at the entrance to the veins, because it's a maze from there.
Do we know?
And
Do
on
we
that
know
note,
that much?
experience points. Android 14, you can have 6 experience points
Thank you.
because you hung back on the ship while everybody else faced the danger. Albright, Svalbard, LaRoux, and Porter, you guys get 11 experience points.
In all honesty, I was mechanically saving their lives by staying behind.
Yeah, that's true.
Is 125, was that 5th level or?
That is 5th level. Did you hit it? Did you?
Yeah, I'm at 131 now.
Nice. You're going to be 5th level next session. Cool.
All right, I'm gonna stop
I
the
know.
recording here. We'll level you up though next session for sure.
It'll be great. Thanks.